Hey, hi! Like I promised, I'm making this tutorial to show you how to easily create collisions for your meshes in Oblivion. We're gonna use NIFScope, Blender, and then again NIFScope. The three files you see here on my desktop come straight from Oblivion's Meshes BSA. We're only gonna use the first two of them, Hay and Broken Crate. The third one, Crate, is here just to show you that there are different types of collisions shapes in Oblivion. I usually deal only with three of them, three shapes, which are box shape, sphere shape, and convex shape. Now, let's open Crate so I can let you understand what I'm talking about. You see, here we have this crate, and it has a squared shape, you see. So the red wireframe here is the collision. If we click on it, you can see here, this is a box shape collision. It's easy to understand. It's a simple box. Very easy. This is good for crates, chests, doors, books, for example. Everything that has a squared shape, everything that looks like a cube. Okay. Well, you can also use it for other things, for columns, for example. Even though I've noticed that in that case they tend to use the convex shape mostly. Sphere shape is it's basically this just looks like a sphere. That's it. Let's take a look at the convex shape instead. The convex shape is here for the broken crate, for example. You see, these are the remains of a crate, and so it doesn't have a regular shape. It's just splinters and broken pieces of wood. So the shape of the collisions also needs to be more complex. It's made of several vertices here. This is the mostly used collision shape I've noticed in Oblivion and in games in general. There are other types of collisions, but I haven't had the chance to work with them so much, so I'm not familiar with them. But these are the most common, the three most common shapes you can find. The others are a combination of them. Okay. So, what are we doing in this tutorial? Let's suppose that hay, this is a clump of hay, I'm gonna show you. Let's suppose that this is the new model I've created, the one I want to create collisions for. Now, normally, I would make a box shape for this. But, well, actually, this doesn't even need collisions because the characters will just walk on it. It doesn't require to have collisions, but well, we are gonna make collisions for it anyway for our tutorial. So what I'm gonna do is to create new collisions for hay that inherit the properties of the collisions from Broken Crate. Since Broken Crate is a convex shape collision type, we need to create convex shape collisions for hay as well. Okay. Well, I think it should work with box as well, but then we should change something in Blender. So no, let's create convex collisions in this case. So crate is not needed anymore. Now, to make things even easier, I generally copy the new model block, copy branch into the file with working collisions. Okay, now have everything is in the same NIF file. Let's save it. I will call it import here. Okay, done. Now it's time to open Blender. Let's close this as well. Let's launch Blender. I usually select and delete all the stuff on the screen because we don't need this bunch of junk. Okay, so let's import the file here. Where is it? Okay, here, import. Okay, restore default settings. We never know. Okay. Okay, so we got everything to start with. Now, I'll move this to another layer. Otherwise, it's too confused here. Okay. Now we don't need the original model. This is not needed at all. Let's delete it. Okay. This is the collisions. Let's go to the other layer. Now let's create the collisions for this model. In order to do that, you need to switch from user preferences here on the top left corner of the screen to scripts window. We have selected the mesh, scripts, mesh, hull. Now you see here you can choose among box, sphere and convex. We will make convex collisions. I usually leave the precision to its default settings. We're done. Sorry, I have hidden it. Okay, let's hide this. So this is the new collision, but I want it to have the same properties as the other one. So since I don't want to fiddle with all the settings and all the stuff because I'm very lazy, I just join this with the other collision here. So I first select this, then select the destination. Is that correct? No, sorry. I was not pressing the shift key. Okay. I join it into the original collisions. Like this. Now they are... no, that didn't work. Why that didn't work? Let me do that again. Control J. Okay, now there are one object. Now I switch to edit mode, select the old collision and delete it. That's all. Let's move the mesh to the first layer. I've got everything here. Select all. Let's switch to user preferences again. File, export. Oops. Export here. Okay, this was not correct. Export. Are we in desktop? Yeah. Default setting. This could be strips. Yeah. If I wanted to be, if I wanted model to be shapes instead of strips, nitri shapes, tree or try, I don't know. Nitri shapes. I simply deselect this button, but well, strips is okay. Okay. Export it. This is the result. You see? Now. Okay, so It's changed its name. I don't know why. I don't like it. Well, I don't need it anyway. Here, the only thing I need to do is to copy the convex vertices shape, like this, block, copy. Why is it so slow? And let's go back to the broken crate. No, not to the broken crate, to import. Here, let's delete the broken crate to remove branch. Now I select the shape here, the collisions here, click on this block, paste over. You see, that's done. That's it. It's ready. The model is ready. I just need to save it. Well, if you want to be accurate, you can change the name here. In this case, it can become hey. Hey. That's it. So I don't need to fiddle with all the settings here, because it will inherit the original properties of the broken crate. It's done. File, save. Hey. Okay, overwrite the file. That's done. That's all. As you can see, it's very, very easy. Now, just try to do the same to replicate this, and let me know if you have trouble. Bye!